Put it on shuffle.
Hi, I'm the exorcist that can't get rid of my personal demons, Jacob.
And I'm that little piece of food that gets stuck in your teeth that's hard to remove, Jayme.
And this is the Put It
On
On
Shuffle
Shuffle podcast. Cast. Why'd you use that voice?
I don't know. I was thinking about my intro on the way here, and I was like, that would be funny. But when I said it out loud, it wasn't.
Yeah, this is our first podcast that we filmed since we started re-uploading, or since we started uploading again. Mm-hmm. Our response has been...
silent.
It's been pretty much the same as what we used to get, so yeah, silent. Mm-hmm. But, we're excited that you're excited.
We're having fun.
Yeah, and we're back in the old studio. This is our first podcast we've recorded in the old studio.
For like a year, right?
Oh, yeah, probably... Yeah, because even the podcast we uploaded with Isabel, which was the last one we recorded before our super long hiatus, that was not in the studio. That was at the beach. That was the beach studio. Mm-hmm. And then the one with Najita was the last one in our studio, actually. And that was... That was like right after graduation, so definitely over a year.
Don't remember that.
Well, then you can go back and listen to it on the Put It On Shuffle YouTube channel. Which, I don't know why I'm advertising for that, because you're literally watching this podcast on that platform. I don't know if we said, but we can't get on Apple Podcast without paying, and we're not getting any money off of this, so we can't really pay like a monthly fee. So, you know what was dumb? Because one of the ways you could run it through Apple Podcast was with SoundCloud, which is what we used to use. So I was like, that way we already have some up there. It'll be a little easier to upload. But... to pay for SoundCloud, it's a monthly subscription, right? Like everything is nowadays. Mm-hmm. But you paid it all at once at the end of the year, which isn't how monthly subscriptions work. And if you wanted to pay it monthly, it was more money.
Why?
That's so dumb.
Probably so that it's like a lease, but like for an app.
It's because they want to pay... But like, people do subscription services because it's affordable. That's why Photoshop switched from like a one-time payment of $200 to like a monthly $10. And also
That's
so they
good.
and so they can get updates quicker. Like, you don't have to buy a whole new like Photoshop 2019, which is nice, but like in the long run you're spending more money than you would have for the one-time purchase. And it's dumb to have a monthly subscription but you pay it all at once. Who's screaming? Yeah, the thing about our studio is we get a lot of outside noise, but it's
because we don't have an AC here, and so we have to keep the windows open. So
yeah.
You can hear
well, we do. We have
studio.
An AC, but if we left it on, thered be so much background noise, and there already is. But like, it would be constant background noise, and now we're just getting like occasional screams from the people on the streets.
And it's like surprisingly. Yes, it is Saturday. Yes, it is still kind of early.
But it's still surprisingly lively.
Yeah. Like, I was on the way over here and I saw, like, 2 policemen, an ambulance, and, like, 100
And they told her, ma'am, slow down. Pull over.
Okay, actually... I never mind.
I mean, it's the summer and our podcast studio is near, like, a river where a lot of people... Mm-hmm.
It's near a beach.
That's the other studio.
Much specific.
It's near a body of water. So a lot of people are here during the summer, but I mean, at least it's a cheap building.
Yeah.
So what song are we talking about today, Jayme?
So today we're gonna talk about "Cranes in the Sky" by
Solange.
Okay.
So before I listened to the song, I looked at the comments, and the top comment, I want to read it for you. I was so confused. The top comment says, my mom liked this song a lot sometimes. Wait, I think this supposed to be a comma.
That already sounded weird.
I think there's supposed to be a comma. My mom liked this song a lot. Sometimes I get fired on 3 blunts and just cry to this. Shit so deep, rest in peace. Wait, shit so deep, rest in heaven, mama. No more pain. You are at peace, and I will see you soon, mommy. That's sad, but like, I will see you soon? That's...
I didn't even realize that. Well, like, maybe not...
Also, 3 blunts? Is that a lot? It sounds like a lot.
Yeah. Well, I feel like you can build up your tolerance, but it's still like a lot. It's like
that comment was a roller coaster. And then I heard the song and I was like, oh, it's about like coping with a loss of someone or depression.
Really?
What do you think it was about?
Well, we're saving the lyrics for our first segment.
Which is like now.
Yeah.
Well, what'd you think it was about beforehand? Because I think the way we did it with Pound of Flesh was good, where we kind of had an idea of what it was about beforehand, so we weren't just confused for a long time. Not that we did that this time, but like if you have anything to throw up right now.
Yeah. Not like, yeah. It is coping with something you've lost, now that I think about it. Because, like, I didn't want to think too much about it before we started the
Because that always goes so well for us.
this podcast. I just don't like thinking.
Honestly, same. Who does? What?
You serious?
No. Haha, just kidding.
Right, me too.
Anyways, at the studio we don't have a laptop right in front of us, so we gotta go back to looking up the lyrics on our phone like the olden days. I mean, where do you want to start?
I mean, from the beginning. Or her background. What's her background?
She
is
R&B.
from Houston, Texas.
Oh. Is she Beyonce?
Sister?
She did kind of look like Beyonce in the album art.
I think she's younger than Beyonce.
Is she in Destiny's Child? Because the only other one I remember is Michelle, Can You Handle This? How many sisters does Beyonce have?
Probably just one.
Wasn't Michelle her sister? Wasn't Destiny Child's, weren't they sisters?
No.
They weren't sisters?
No!
Oh.
What are you talking about?
I thought it was a family band, like the Jackson 5.
No.
I didn't know Janet Jackson was Michael Jackson's sister until, like, junior year in high school.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh
I just thought they both had the same last name.
But they also look exactly the same.
I've never seen her.
You've never seen her? Like, even, like, right now?
I think I have, because I remember people were talking about how her titty popped out at the Super Bowl, and she was, like, blacklisted, and it was a wardrobe malfunction, and then Adam Levine was, like, almost naked, and everyone was like, woo!
Actually, I don't keep up with her, so I did not know that.
That was, like, early 2000s, though, I think. I think it was before I started watching Super Bowl halftime shows.
Oh.
I don't watch the Super Bowl. I didn't even watch this Maroon 5 one because I heard it was bad, and also it's Maroon 5, so, like, who cares?
Welcome to our music podcast.
It is. For once we're talking on topic.
I know.
I want Nicki at the Super Bowl. She always says 2012, I'm at the Super Bowl, and stuff like that, but she was with Madonna. And I think she deserves her own show.
Yeah, for sure.
Who else would be? I think Britney would be great at the Super Bowl performance. I think she has a lot of hits.
I would like to see Lady Gaga again.
I would like to see.
Right? So I'm like so distracted because outside of our studio, there's like, you see that light over there? For some reason, I thought there was someone like looking inside the train. But it was
Jayme's reflection.
It's just the reflection of the cars. Like the lights.
Yeah.
I usually have really good vision, but at night, I guess it's like
Aren't
what
you
vision?
supposed to wear glasses?
Yeah, but it's like, okay, I don't legally, yeah.
Legally.
It's like legally I'm kind of blind. No. I have really good vision on my right eye. And that's my dominant eye.
You have a dominant eye?
Everyone has a dominant eye.
What?
Everyone has an eye where they see, like, it's their
Maybe
dominant
mine's my
eye.
third eye.
Shut the fuck. Right?
Do you want to hear a crazy thing?
Okay.
You know
Always.
You know how you said, like, legally I'm blind?
Uh-huh.
My grandma, like, yesterday, I was at her house, and she went to the ear doctor in the morning. And for, like, 20 years, ever since, like, I've been alive and longer, she's been deaf in her right ear. And she went and had a hearing test yesterday, and she could hear out of that ear. And so they told her, like, because she'd been told for so long that her ear was, like, dead. Like, there's not even blood flowing to it, so she can't even get, like, a hearing aid for it. But turns out, like, that's not true anymore, or if maybe like technology's advanced, so now they have better stuff. But that's wild.
That's great, because I think because I have such bad hearing, my vision makes up for it. And so...
You're like, when people go blind and their other senses heighten?
Literally, yeah. So I have, like, oh my gosh, like, I know I mumble and talk really quietly, but if other people do that, I cannot hear them. Like, I always ask people, like, what? Like, what'd you say? What you say? So, and I always joke with my mom, like, I'm gonna get a hearing aid when I'm, like, 30 or something.
Oh, another thing. I don't know if the podcast came up yet that we listened to Flight of the Bumblebees. Well, it would have by the time this one came out. But classical music is in public domain because it's so old. So we can use that, like, in our podcast. A lot of it.
What? My tongue was like, what do you mean it's on public domain? Like, what does that even mean?
It's not copyrighted anymore because it's so old that anyone who could have copyright claim over it is dead.
Oh my god.
And because classical music wasn't made through, like, a record company, it's in public domain. It's basically free to use.
I honestly, like, I don't... Ew. I wouldn't mind. That was, like, Beethoven coming out. He's like...
Beethoven was like, don't use my fucking music for this shit podcast.
Okay, actually, the setup we have right now, it's like, it looks like...
It's so janky.
It actually looks like we're, like... Okay, I don't even want to say
it. looks like we're summoning demon.
Yeah, I didn't want to say
summoning demon Beethoven.
No.
I'll burn some sage real quick.
I have sage, and it smells like onions.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought someone said it smelled like marijuana. Was that you?
No.
Maybe it was Raceland.
No,
white sage, not regular sage.
Yeah, white sage. Well, actually I did buy mine on eBay. Whenever I say I buy something online, it's 100% of the time on eBay.
Yeah. Did you hear about this? Wait, maybe we should save this, like, random stuff for the second half and get back to the lyrics.
Oh, no, because I will forget.
Okay, did you hear about the whole Amazon strike that happened on Prime Day? People were like, don't use Amazon on Prime Day, which is the day that there's a lot of deals, I guess, because the workers don't have, like, poor working conditions or something like that. So They're like, don't use Amazon or any of their, like, what's it called, subsidiaries, like their companies that they own.
I think I did hear something about that, but I wasn't sure what that was.
Yeah. The thing about Amazon is they kind of have a monopoly, and it's hard to not use them because it's like the one place that you can buy, like, everything. And I saw someone say, like, it's easy, like, look, find the product's name, search it, and you can buy it from its host site. But the thing is, like, a lot of those host sites I don't trust. Like, at least I know with Amazon that I'm getting it, and I get that, like, their workers are treated bad, and that needs to change. And I feel like just people knowing about it means it's going to. But, like, it's hard to not use Amazon. Because whenever I order something not on Amazon, I'm like, they might be stealing my credit card. They might be I might just not get this. Yeah. You know, that sort of thing.
I think I trust eBay so much just because, like, when was, like, Amazon even created?
eBay was, I'm pretty sure, first. But yeah, because... The difference is, like, eBay's more, like, single person and Amazon's, like, companies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because I always use eBay ever since. Oh my god, one of the first items I would buy on eBay was, like, Littlest Pet Shop rare little animals. That's how long ago, like, I would beg my dad. But now, like, when I try to find something, it's, like, so rare. The only place you can buy it is, like, on Amazon.
Yeah, see, me, it's kind of like eBay. Everything's so rare, I buy it on eBay. Because what I collect is those, Amiibo,
those
Smash
are
Bros.
So good to find on eBay.
Yeah, because people will sell them for, like, either their selling price or a little less because they're out of the box, something like that. And if you find it on Amazon, it's like, it's $40 because it hasn't been made in forever.
Yeah.
Which, like, it's great. And, like, I used to be, like, worried about eBay because I'm like, it's like single people. Like, I don't know if I can trust them as much as a corporation to, like, just give me my money. But eBay has, like, refunds, so I guess I should have known. But, like, it's worked out for me every time. I've never got, like, a bad product. It's worked out for me almost every time.
Yeah, me too. And
I think only one time I got something that expired.
Something.
I got something that expired already.
What was it?
I bought EOS chapstick. I bought limited
God.
edition EOS chapstick because I wanted all of them. You know
it the
how
donut?
No, that one. I'm heated about that.
Okay,
Still, don't bring it.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, but it was like limited edition, like, summer things, and apparently they were made in, like, 2016. Because when I got it, the expiration date was like 2017, and I was like, you couldn't have wrote that in the description of your product.
That is a little sketchy.
Yeah, so didn't use those chapsticks, but maybe I can do like those DIY like everyone used to do on YouTube where they take a EOS chapstick and put their own chapstick in it, you know?
Oh my god, your own EOS.
Right. I'm so dedicated. I've made my own.
Okay, so I've only. Okay, I don't. Oh my god, I can't even fucking talk. Okay, how do I word it? Okay, the only one time I have had like not a bad experience with eBay was actually recently, and I've been using it like, okay, I'm 19, so like a good like 10 plus years.
Wow.
Right? With my own money.
You're
when
a
I was
brand
9.
rep. eBay brand rep.
Right? Oh my god. Sorry, sometimes I stop talking because I realize sometimes when I talk I bore myself. So I feel like I'm boring other people. What was I saying? Oh yeah.
eBay.
I bought a vinyl and
At 9? Oh no, this is recently.
I was like, what? Yeah.
9-year-old with your record player.
Oh, and okay, this was kind of my fault, but on the description and the cover art, like the actual like case for the disc, it was an album I wanted that I needed, and then the actual CD was an album that it was this. Okay,
There was a different CD in the case?
Different CD, yeah, was
That's
a different
weird.
vinyl inside the case.
Why would they do that?
I know, right? And they didn't say it was that album, the vinyl, the actual like disc, but they did show a picture of it, and the disc did say that album.
But still, that's such a weird thing to sell.
I know.
I guess like if they lost the case for the other one, they didn't want to sell like just a disc, not in the case.
Oh yeah, and they advertised the one that was like the case.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I bought it, because that you need to read everything.
You really do.
Mm-hmm.
I've been buying stuff off Amazon since probably I was like 8 or 7.
When I was 2.
When I was 2, I bought like a binky. No, I used to buy stuffed animal Pokemon on Amazon ever since I was young.
So on brand for
Right?
us.
Like I remember like maybe 2 times or 3 times a year, my mom would be like, "Okay."
Me mum.
My mom would be like, "Okay, you can put like 3 in your shopping cart," and I would be like, "Okay,
So
price
cute.
lowest to highest." One time I did highest to lowest, and there was like a $9,000
for sure.
like Charizard or something, and I was like one day.
No, well maybe.
Right.
I like your little kid.
My little kid voice.
One day.
One day it'll be mine.
I always wonder, like, the friends I have now, what we would like be towards each other if we met when we were kids.
Yeah.
You guys would not like me. And I wouldn't like you guys either.
Yeah, I mean, back when I was younger, I was probably okay. And like middle school, when I was younger, I was a little racist because I didn't know any better. Like,
God.
Morel used to be like, you'd call me Chinese all the time because I thought Chinese and Asian were like the same thing. And I also thought that I thought for a long time that there were only white people and Mexicans because of where we lived. I didn't know about other people. And, you know, like when your parents are a little racist, you grow up a little racist, so...
Your parents are racist?
I don't think as much anymore.
Oh my gosh, that scared me.
My grandfather does say the N-word, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he hates black people.
Oh my god, my siblings always use that word.
Oh, gross.
Even my parents. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, my mom, she acts like such a kid. Like, she said it one time, and I was like, I looked at her, I was like, Mom? I was like, no, Mom. And she, like, started laughing, and she said it again. Like, she's
Wow.
literally a child. But I feel like I'm the only one in my family who doesn't use it.
Yeah.
And every time I say, like, don't say that, and I explain why, they, like, all attack me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all of them, because I'm literally the only one. But
Yeah, I remember I used to think it was just another cuss word until, like, I met black people and, like, understood the way... Like, literally, were there black people in middle school? I can't remember any black people in middle school.
I remember.
Maybe like one.
Yeah.
So,
I think it's just where we live.
yeah, I think it is where there were more in high school, and like now that I go to school in Houston,
there's a lot.
Oh, it's so diverse. It's like, wow,
cool.
This is great.
For me, it happened the opposite way. Like
because you were in California.
My school was like 90% Hispanic, like Latinos, Chicanos, right? And then like 10%, no, 90% that, 5% Asian, and then like the rest were like white or, yeah. Like I rarely saw like how we see a black person in our school, in our high school and elementary, whatever, middle school, is how I saw white people over there.
Wow.
And my apartment, we were like the only Mexicans living there. And then like we had this Asian family lived right in front of us, and then like the whole building was like full of black people. And I don't want to use this as an excuse, because like it's not even an excuse, but I did grow up saying the N-word, not the hard. Okay, it's still both bad.
Yeah,
anyways.
I mean, me too. When you're young.
But I actually stopped saying it when I went to like more white schools, because they would say it too, and I'm like, what?
I stopped, like I said, probably 8th grade, maybe 7th grade. I stopped saying it because I like learned that it wasn't just the same as other cuss words.
I can't imagine you saying that.
Yeah, because I wouldn't. I remember not recently, but like 10th grade maybe or something. It was one of my friend's birthdays, and I was like driving, because I was like one of the only people who had a driver's license. We went to like the zoo or something, and like songs were playing in my car, and like they had the N-word in them, and like because I listened to rap songs like Nicki Minaj and Rihanna and stuff, and whenever they say it, I either say a different word that like is the same, like bitch or something instead.
Yeah, me too. I say
or I just like pause, and one of my friends was like, why do you never say it, like there's no black people here? And then she was like, say it once, like it's my birthday. And I was like,
what the fuck?
And I was like, you can say it, like we're not gonna think you're bad for it. And I'm like,
it's not about that. It's like about our ethics. Who's
right.
that bitch? Because I don't know.
I think she feels differently now, because she went to the early college high school, which had less people, so I'm sure their demographics were even like, I think you know who.
I don't, like,
I'll tell you later.
I'm so clueless about everything. You know what? People are so different.
Wow.
Behind doors.
I know, right? How do you feel about Black Ariel?
Oh my god. Okay. I don't give a fuck how Ariel looks like, but I am so happy they chose her, because have you guys heard her sing?
She's
she
really
is
good.
Literally like a fucking mermaid, some siren woman. And like, oh my, I'm so happy they chose her and not like some other like person who wasn't fit for the role. Like oh my god, I'm so happy, because they did such a good job.
She's great for the role and everything, but the only thing I feel weird about it is like, are they only doing it to be in the media? Did they just cast a black person to get controversy or something?
Do you think?
I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't, like, because if you want, like, you see how much is in the news, right?
Oh, yeah.
And also, like, if you have black people in your cast, then black people are going to come watch your movie. It's a thing of, like, seeing yourself represented. Yeah. So that's why I kind of feel weird about it. I still think she's great, and she's going to do great, and I'm hyped for it. But, like, I'm just, like, I hope they did it. Like, I hope they had an open cast and a bunch of people came in. I hope they weren't looking for Black Ariel and they just picked the best one. I hope, I hope that everything's right. And I think that even if they did it for attention, it opens the door to not doing it for attention in the future. Like, if they have Black Ariel cast, like, in Hamilton, they had Black Thomas Jefferson and stuff like that. That's not, like, historically accurate, but it's who can do best in the role. And I think if that's, like, starts being the new norm, because like, oh, they had a Black Ariel, anyone they can change like the race for. Well,
like, I don't know, if they did only cast like a black person just to kind of
get attention,
I hope it's for good intentions, because like if
I mean,
they do
Disney has a
wanna-
bad past they should erase.
Yeah, for sure. So like, if they do want to represent like more little girls that like look like her,
Yeah.
and then they go see. Oh my god, I'm so fucking excited.
Hope is better than The Lion King.
I haven't seen it, but
I
want
haven't either,
to.
but I've heard bad things. I've heard just that it's weird when like they don't have enough they don't have as much emotion as the cartoon did, which like they're CGI, but I'm sure it's still gonna be good for the most part. It's probably just like people want to be upset about things, you know?
Yeah.
Which like whatever. It's probably gonna be fine. My grandma wants me to go see it with her.
That's cute. And like, okay, I get that they think making live action movies or remakes of like their cartoon ones might get a bigger audience to go, because like I'm definitely for sure gonna go. But it's still like I obviously like not any, but I like most of the Disney movies they make, and I wish they had more different kinds
of movies.
Yeah.
Well, like animation's so much more expensive than live action, which is why they've pretty much stopped doing hand animation like entirely. I can't remember what the last hand animated Disney movie was. I think
it was like Oliver and Company, something like that.
Really, that long ago?
Yeah. Well, it was like in the 80s.
Because I know, really, the 80s before they started doing more like digitally animated.
Oh no, that's when they like started experimenting with. I watched this like Disney film, like different.
Oh, The Princess and the Frog was the last traditionally animated movie.
Really?
And ever since then, they've done like computer animated, like Frozen was computer animated, and Moana.
Yeah.
And I like hand animation because it's really cool and it's pretty, but like I get that they're a cash hungry company and they're gonna do whatever's cheaper and quicker. And I heard I'm not sure if this is true, but it was like something Disney had in its will or something like that every 20, maybe 10 years or something like that, the classics would be remade so that every generation can enjoy them. That's why like Cinderella and all these having remakes, because they're classics, so it's like their time to be remade so that a new generation can experience
it.
I've heard that. I'm not sure if it's true, but excuse me. I think that's how it was. So cranes in the sky.
Oh yeah, did we even read the first lyric?
No, we're like halfway through the podcast. Should we just do the second half the first half at the second half?
What?
Should we just do the first half of the podcast in the second half, reviewing the song?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else we want to talk about for a few minutes before we finish our first
I
thing?
had another Disney thing I wanted to talk about, but I can't remember.
Something about live action? I think.
Oh, and they're remaking like part 2s, part 4,
Really?
Yeah, like Toy Story Part 4. It was good. Don't get me wrong.
Not remaking their sequels.
Yeah, sorry, not remaking sequels.
So was Toy Story 4 good?
It was good, but I am complaining, but it's like I'm not mad at it.
I think it's just weird because Toy Story 3 was like a good place to end it. And I don't know how Toy Story 4 ends because I haven't seen it, but like I get that it's just sometimes things end, you know?
Yeah.
And it's good. Like, have you watched Avatar: The Last Airbender?
The movie, the show?
The TV show.
Not all the way through.
Well, you should, but like it's widely regarded as one of the best like TV shows and animated shows because its story like it flows so well and it ends like, and that was it. And like Gravity Falls, I don't know if you know about that TV show, but it had 2 seasons on Disney Channel, and Disney was like, give us a 3rd season, but Gravity Falls was like, no, like we told the story we wanted to tell and it's over. So like, and like if a show like Gravity Falls came back, it'd be like a spin-off or like time change or something, but like they told the story they wanted to tell, so like it can be over, you know?
And I don't it's not that I don't like sequels. I just, like you said, like the story ends.
Yeah.
It ended right there. No.
Right? Like Toy Stories 1, 2, and 3, I can see how they had more to tell because Andy was growing up, but the last one was like Andy's all grown up and they just went to a new family. Like the new one's about like Bo Peep's leading a toy rebellion or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't seem to fit with the same themes of the other 3. But like I said, I don't know. I haven't seen it.
It's good, but it should have ended the other movie.
Jayme fucking hates Sporky.
Even though, no, was alright. I really liked. I forgot their names, but it's Key and Peele.
Oh, the duck and chicken.
Yes. Oh my god, they were my favorite from the movie. Like, I think that's the only reason why I'm not mad at it, because I already love Key and Peele. They're so funny, and just that they they were so cute. Okay.
I also think it's weird how people are calling Lion King like the live action Lion King. Like, it's still animated. It's just like different. That's all special effects.
Yeah.
If you looked at them filming that movie, it's a green screen.
Ooh, I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, I think I don't know if the plot's changed at all, if it's the same thing. It's been forever since I've seen Lion King, but I saw like a clip of Hakuna Matata, and it was like there wasn't as much life in it, I guess. People were saying, they were complaining at like, oh, they didn't even try to capture the same emotion and camera angles, and like, it's a different movie.
Yeah.
And also, these are like, you want this CGI warthog to have its eyes like bulge out of its head, like that's weird.
Yeah.
That's creepy. That's body horror.
And like, I've seen the remake of Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and The Jungle Book. Or no, it's called like something else. I forgot.
The Jungle Book remake?
Oh, Mowgli.
Mowgli?
Mowgli.
His name, I think, is Mowgli.
I've never watched The Jungle Book, actually.
It's been forever. Like, pretty much every movie, it's been forever since I've seen.
You don't watch movies.
No.
Speaking of movies, I recently watched... Oh my god. Okay. Have you seen Hereditary?
Nope.
Well,
all my college friends talked about it, though. They said it was good.
It was good. I thought that was the most disturbing movie I've ever seen. But here comes Ari Aster, the director of the first one, with his new movie, Midsommar. And that is the most unsettling thing I have ever... It was the most beautiful and unsettling thing I've ever seen my entire life.
Wow.
And I've seen some like oh my, if you're Hispanic,
you've seen me.
Both beautiful and unsettling. If you watch like Mexican news shows, they don't give a fuck about your identity, about if you're dead. They will record you.
They must have like different
like
laws.
Yeah, for sure. Like oh my god, just thinking about it. Like the other day, my dad was watching like the Mexican news, and like I saw like 3 dead bodies on there, like no joke, and it was wow. Anyways, but yeah, Midsommar. I'd say, I don't know. I want you to watch it, but I don't want you to watch that like, okay, as your comeback to like watching movies.
I don't want you to watch it as the first movie you've seen in years.
Is the last movie you've seen like Love, Simon or Call Me by Your Name?
I didn't see Love, Simon.
Yeah, you were there, no?
No. It was just you, Isabel, Connor, and maybe someone else. I didn't go. I was busy that night. I think Call Me by Your Name was pretty recent in my movie going history. Mm-hmm. But I did see Spider-Verse with my friends at college, and that one was good. But I mean, I was going to like it anyway because it was pretty. Every time I was like, every frame is its own piece of art.
What?
That was my voice.
Me? That's how I see myself? Oh right. My god, I almost like... Ugh.
But like, before Spider-Verse, the last thing I might have seen was Call Me by Your Name with You. Oh, we saw Space Jam after that.
Oh yeah, but that doesn't count. That's like...
It's like, because it's not a new movie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't see new movies. I haven't seen Coco still.
Such a great movie. Oh,
I did see Moana on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
That might have been after Call Me by Your Name. I don't know.
I don't know either. Yeah, I think it should have been.
I almost saw all of Spirited Away. Because
what do you mean?
We watched it in a class.
Mm-hmm. That's a good movie. I have it if you want to borrow it.
You said that so fast.
I know, that's the fastest I've ever spoken.
You got possessed. I like Ghibli's art style.
Yes.
Did you know that game I was telling you about? The one that he was like the art director for. He like drew everything in it.
Yeah.
Or maybe Studio Ghibli. I don't know if it's one person. Mm-hmm. But I think it's coming out in September on the Switch.
I thought you said it was that one game where you guys were dancing.
What?
It was you and Raceland were playing it when I came. It was like that one game where it's like you have.
Oh, Cadence of Hyrule.
Yeah.
No, that's a different
Oh my
game.
God. I know. I thought I asked you and you said yeah, it was this one, and I was like,
Maybe
this is different.
This is Studio Ghibli. Maybe I misunderstood your question. Maybe
Yeah.
you're like, is this the new game? And I was like, yeah, I just got it.
Yeah, that's probably what happened.
Yeah, I think it comes out in September, and I've played it through before, but I'm gonna do it again because I think the last time I played it was like either 8th grade or 9th grade.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been forever, and I love that game so much. So
I've never played it.
it's kind of like Pokemon, because you collect your like little monsters that fight for you.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of turn-based, it's like 3D combat, you know? Kind of like you're in like a ring and you're walking around and fighting them. I don't really know a game that's like kind of like the Pokemon fighting game, you know? Kind of like that. And it's got a really nice story and it's really pretty.
It sounds great already.
It's really cute. It's kind of sad. I love it.
Mm.
It's called Ni no Kuni,
Ni no
Wrath of the
Kuni.
White Witch, I think. But if you look up Ni no Kuni, it's the first one. It's really good. I loved it. Have you heard about Pokemon? How, like, at the new Pokemon game, not every Pokemon is going to be in it?
No.
There's a lot of people upset about it. It's big in the Pokemon community because everyone's like, how you gonna have a Pokemon game when you can't even catch them all? Like, Pokemon are not just like you can't find them, like they're not even programmed in the game. Like, you can't even transfer them from your old games, and people are upset.
What if it's like they went extinct or something?
Well, it's really just because Game Freak is kind of lazy and doesn't want to do all that. Like, put in all the sprites, even though they have them all already. Whatever. I'm still gonna buy the game.
Yeah.
And like the fans, it was funny. Like, the fans were so upset that like Masuda, who's like the director, responded, and he was like, "Still not gonna do it though."
I respect that.
Yeah, I saw one of the,
oh my God.
one of the Pokemon people I follow was like, Masuda just straight up said, "Who the fuck gonna check me though?"
See, like I got excited about Pokemon again when I saw that Detective Pokemon.
Yeah.
But now it's like...
I love that you call it Detective Pokemon. Detective Pikachu?
Shit. Oh my God. I need one of these in my life because you
to
don't
hide you.
understand how
We
much
have little fans to cool us.
You don't understand how much I embarrass myself.
I mean, you could get one. I bought these at Freaky Finds.
Or I can take this one and just bring it every time we podcast.
Yeah.
It's all broken.
I know. I got another one because we do have the broken fan, but I forgot to bring it. I started, you know how I told you like forever ago that I wanted to learn how to sew so I could sew stuffed animals?
Yeah.
I started actually making a template for one.
Ooh.
Yeah, I have it on my computer. I could show you during the break.
Yes.
But essentially what I'm doing is looking at one of my Pokemon stuffed animals and copying it exactly because I'm just trying to learn like how it works.
Yeah.
So I don't really mind doing that for this one. And also like, and the reason I want to do it is so I can make ones that they don't sell or like are really expensive, or because like used to be
so expensive.
Yeah, used to be all Pokemon stuffed animals were like 6 to 8 inches tall, which is like pretty small, you know, for a stuffed animal. Wink. But but now they make them like way bigger, so they're kind of more expensive, and also they like with the rest of my collection that I've had ever since I was like 8, they're like way bigger and it kind of doesn't fit in. So like up on my birthday I got a bunch of Pokemon stuffed animals for my friends, and like they're all so big, and when I go into the store they're all bigger now, and it's like, well, I don't have room for all these giant stuffed animals.
What do you expect? This Texas.
Right. Is that your southern accent?
Yeah. That was good, right?
What do you expect? This Texas?
Oh, that is not southern accent.
Oh, he sounds like someone, but I don't know who. Like, I've got you now, Spider-Man. That's probably not it. But you sound like some evil.
What did I say? Like this? Wait.
What do you expect? It's Texas. Oh, you sound like a mobster, like mafia. I'm gonna have you sleeping with the fishes, see? Like from the 60s.
I'm scared to talk about that.
They're gonna come after us.
I think I really don't like. Okay.
I never think of the mob as a gang, but I guess they are.
I'm sorry.
Jayme's so scared.
I like grew up like kind
Yeah.
of around it.
Yeah.
So I try to ignore it or like just
Pretend it doesn't exist.
I know my place.
Oh, right.
So,
they're so much stronger than I'll ever be.
Just putting that out there.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're big, so if I look at my big ones and I can copy them and make it smaller, then that's a fat bet. And I could sell them on Etsy and make a fat penny.
Is that legal?
Oh, people do it all the time.
Oh.
And by all the time, I mean, yes. Because I've looked at Pokemon stuffed animals and they have them on Etsy. And it's a weird legal gray area because, like, you don't own the like subject matter. Like if I made a stuffed animal Pikachu, I don't own Pikachu, but I do own the templates that I use to sew because I would draw them up myself, like I'm doing with this one, which my grandma and my mom and like everyone on my mom's side of the family, they sew because that's the time they were like born. And I was like, hey, can you help me with this? And like, oh, we don't make our own patterns. And I was like, well, you like know how they work, so you could like understand. Like, no, we don't do that. And like, gets it's all on me. And I've watched videos and like, I don't know why they don't do. It seems so easy. Like,
do a template.
Yeah, because like like the more complicated stuff you get, the more complicated it can be. Like I've looked at some of my stuffed animals that are a little more complicated. And I'm like, I have no clue what the fuck they did here because this is one piece of fabric and it's moving in all these ways, and I know it's due to dart stitches, but I don't know why. In some way, it's cut and like it's wrapped around it, and I don't know. We're gonna see how this one goes. But like for like basic stuff, you could like I could easily make like a shirt or like a dress sewing template. Like I just need to get the proportions right, and like it's a front piece, it's a back piece, there's arms.
Yeah.
Like that's easy. It's because like for my Halloween costume, I wanted to like sew part of it because I didn't want to have to try to find like what it was, and I was like, hey, Mom, can you help me with this? Like, can we draw up a template? She was like, oh no, you try to find one that's close, and then we'll maybe edit it. And I was like, okay, that's gonna be money, but okay. So I guess it's all on me now, huh? The person who doesn't know how to sew at all.
My dad, so he gives our workers for our company, like a uniform, and he
hand stitches it.
right? No, he bought this sewing machine where it's like automatically you can type in, like he types in their names and it just
like
sews
an
it
embroidery
on.
machine.
I don't know.
Embroidery is like they have yarn that
it's not yarn though.
They have string, thread, and it puts it into the shirt and it writes it with thread.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what my mom does that a lot. That's how, you know, like the towels that we have with like initials on them, and like at the beach how we have towels that have like turtles on them. You didn't see those?
I wasn't. Really...
You ever been in my bathroom and seen how the towels have like my initial on them?
I probably didn't. I don't look at stuff like that.
Well, my mom like embroidered everything in our house because she loves embroidery.
That's cute.
So, yeah, that's what she does. And that's also part of sewing stuffed animal, like Pokemon, to like get like their eyes on there. Like they do embroidery for stuff like that. And I'm gonna say my mom can do it, but I'm sure she's gonna be like, well, find this embroidery template. Yeah. And I'm like, because you do have to like have a file for the machine to know what to do. And she had a program she had a trial for the program where you could make your own embroidery stuff, but to buy it was over $1,000 for that program. And it's like, whoop, and I whoop. So hopefully she can find like basic circles and we can do eyes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then for anything too crazy, I'm thinking, because like if I want bright colors, I might have to dye my own fabric. And that's gonna be. It's gonna be hope we can get Etsy money out of it, sort of thing.
For sure.
Because in that case, it might be cheaper to buy the finished product. You know.
Yeah. Like, well, yeah.
Because if you gotta buy your own fabric, dye your own fabric, cut it, sew it using thread, using your sewing machine.
And sewing machines are not.
My grandma gave me one when I was younger because, like I said, she says it's like a kid's sewing machine, but that'll probably be good enough. It's not like I'm sewing denim.
Yeah.
I don't need heavy duty sewing machine. Oh, we've been going 45 minutes.
Wow.
And we haven't talked about the song at all. Okay, we're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we're gonna actually talk about the song.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Hello.
And we're actually gonna talk about "Cranes in the Sky" by Solangi.
Yes. Yeah. Sure.
So, Jimmy, you wanted to do the whole song?
Maybe like some parts. Like, yeah, let's do the whole song.
Wow.
Okay. So
We could probably group a lot of it. It seems pretty similar at the beginning.
So I tried to drink it away. I tried to put one in the air. I tried to dance it away. I tried to change it with my hair. So
What does put one in the air mean?
that's what I was about to ask. Maybe like put your drinks in the air.
That's what I was thinking, like put her hands in the air like she's singing. Like, like they're dancing. I could click the line on Genius.
Okay.
2000 deal with yeah, I mean, I get the whole thing. Police shootings of unarmed black people. If it doesn't say.
Okay.
Put one in the air. Like
That's how.
oh, you know how people like fire guns into the air?
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
I mean, she does. I love how she's dressing right now because she's like cowboy, like space cowgirl. I mean, futuresque kind of details. And I normally don't like cowboy boots with the fucking cowboy shirt.
I hate all the southern. I hate how everyone's adopting like cowboy hats and like yeehaw. I fucking hate yeehaw. I hate that there's so many memes of it because I feel like at first it was like we're making fun of it and now everyone's just doing it.
Oh.
And I hate it. You'll never hear me say YALL. I never say it. I hate it so much.
Oh yeah, I think I've only said that like to make fun of people.
Yeah.
Or no, I'm sorry, not make fun of people.
No, make fun of people.
To like make
like a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll never say it like I always say like you guys or like you all.
Yeah, cause it like doesn't even like
It doesn't sound good.
right. It's just like y'all. Like it like I don't know. It even hurts like my.
You're right. I dislocated my jaw trying to say it.
And a lot of people use it. Like I don't think it's just a Southern thing.
Yeah.
Like people.
It used to be, but like people adopted it, and I hate that they did.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the resistance. I'm Katniss Everdeen.
Oh, but I also like I don't know exactly where they say it at, but when they say like use
guys. Yeah, I think that's up like
Fuck.
I think that's like the Brooklyn area.
I don't think so.
Like New York area, I thought they say hey use guys.
I
maybe
forgot.
Philly?
It starts with the B, but I forgot.
Boston.
Oh yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't Boston in New York?
It's in Massachusetts.
Fuck.
And I'm the dumb one on this podcast.
I don't know geography. I don't know the United States. Who cares? Is Massachusetts near New York?
It's like
Is it like up north?
Yeah, it's
northeast.
North. Yeah, it's up in that area. It's
Okay.
not like.
I thought it was close at least.
Yeah, it's pretty close, but it's like super different.
Maybe I'm mixing up Boston and the Bronx.
Yeah. Or in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
No, sleep till Brooklyn by the Beastie Boys. So I feel like okay, I think I know majority of my music taste is like a lot of older songs, and majority of Jacob's music taste, or like all of it, is like recent.
Not
songs.
all of it. I have the Monster Mash, and that's from the 60s.
Is that the oldest song you know?
Yeah.
Besides the Bumblebee one.
Flight of the Bumblebees. I mean, I know of other classic music, but I don't think that counts.
I know.
I have some ABBA songs. I have 2 ABBA songs. I have Waterloo and Dancing Queen. But other than that, I think all my music is after the 2000s. I think. There might be something. Do you know Hole Celebrity Skin?
Yeah, I like Hole.
Is that new or old?
It's 90s.
Okay, yeah, I have that song. I also have Dead and Gone by the Eddies. I don't know. It sounds like it could be an older song, just because it's kind of like that sort of classic rock vibe. And it got a lot of those songs from, you know, the show Weeds that I watched?
Yeah.
The end credit songs, I would just like them and I'd get them. And so some of those are old, but I don't think anything's older than ABBA that I have.
And I always say...
And Monster Mash, but...
Oh yeah, and Monster Mash. We can't forget about Monster Mash.
No, it's icon.
I always say that I have like older music taste, but a lot of stuff I listen to is also recent. Like
Nicki.
Yeah,
Solange.
Nicki, Ariana, Solange,
You
I
listen to
can
a lot of
hear.
newer, like, R&B.
Yeah.
You like classic rock and R&B.
No, okay. I don't like to say I like classic rock because usually,
Because I don't like to call it classic. I call it timeless rock.
right? The only rock. No, usually when you think of classic rock, you think of like
AC/DC.
the rock that your dad likes, and I don't like that kind of rock. Like
I don't like
Journey.
your dad's rock.
I don't like Journey. I
Journey's
don't like.
rock?
It's like classic rock.
Huh.
I don't like Guns N' Roses. I don't like.
She likes classic grunge.
I like grunge. I like no Nirvana.
Nirvana.
But they're so good. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like your dad's music, and like that. Like
That sounds like such a fucking like
some
2000s commercial. Like, this ain't your dad's music.
some Motley Crue. Don't like them either.
Yeah. Like Jayme and I were talking about making a joke song, and it's it's hard because we listen to completely different music. She like makes a beat and I'm like, okay.
Okay, honestly, I didn't think it was good, but I thought it was something we can work with. And when he pointed it out that like it
Sounds
sounds
creepy.
creepy, I listened to it again now and I was like, like it honestly did sound like a movie. Like
It
a
sounded like
song
a
from,
horror
like,
movie.
House-
They're walking
Hausu.
through like an abandoned hospital.
Yeah, like haven't you guys seen Hausu? I haven't seen it, but I've seen trailers and I really want to see it. It's a Japanese.
Yeah, I think you
scary
just didn't
movie.
have enough instruments.
Yeah, I don't know.
Need
like
more bass.
I don't know how to really control it, and
I mean, all we
there's
do is
so many-
GarageBand on our phone.
yeah, there's so many options that I don't even know. Like,
Yeah, I know a little bit about music just because I watch some YouTubers that make beats.
Mhm.
So I know like a little bit, but it's way more complicated than I know how to do, and way more complicated than I want to try to figure out how to do on GarageBand on my tiny phone screen.
yeah, and I've seen people try to make beats, but it's like on like a computer or laptop.
They got Fruity
And-
Loops.
What?
Fruity Loops. I think that's what's called.
I don't know what
The
that
the
is.
name of the it's like a
I only know Fruit
it's a
Loops.
program that makes music that you can use to make music. I think it's called Fruity Loops. I might be wrong, but
Yeah,
it's
and then
something
they,
like that.
They get more detailed on what they
Yeah,
do.
they
and
can
I'm
have a
like,
lot of
oh.
layers.
Yeah. And I just
I
don't
think
know
you
how
can
to
have
do
that in GarageBand, but on your phone with your tiny screen, you can only have like one thing open at a time. I tried to play with it. It's hard when you don't know what you're doing. Even if you did know what you're doing, I'm sure you'd be like, this is extremely inconvenient.
Mhm.
But
That's
so
why
anyway,
we make
Solange
our
is dealing with
music. Oh, yeah.
depression. As demonstrated from the top comment I read earlier, if you want to go back and listen to timestamp 2.
Okay, next, second verse.
I ran my credit card bill up, thought a new dress would make it better. I tried to work it away, but that just made me even sadder.
I can relate.
Yeah, like retail therapy, and then like she's trying to keep her mind off of it, but like it's not working.
I think it's such a disgusting habit that I have, and like I think lately I've been really good about it.
Retail therapy or working?
Both. Like, oh my god, but the job I have before this, like I didn't even like. Obviously, I knew that,
It wasn't your permanent job.
No, like what I was working, I knew that I was being underpaid.
Oh yeah.
And everyone else is obviously in that kind of industry, but I didn't know like how kind of bad it was, because like I would literally be at work all the time. I'd
Yeah.
rather be at work than at home because I didn't want to like think about stuff. But I mean, you just gotta deal with that. Sounds so easy to say.
You just gotta fucking deal with it.
Like trying to keep your mind off of it will
Yeah.
just make it last longer than it needs to be. And now that I work at home, I only work like 10 minutes a day. No, I work so much more than that, but I'm bawling now. No. I'm not.
Counterpoint. I must just be like different people, but my aunt's husband's dad recently died. So like my uncle, but I don't know if they're still married because they're having problems. But it's not too bad. Like she still lives with him now. She was living with you. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But he recently died, and my mom and my mom's side of the family went over to Louisiana where they lived for his funeral, and he was like just really kind of upset and like dealing with grief and like sad and angry all the time. And they were like, go back to work. Like, you can't just stay in this like house and
Oh,
like
yeah.
not deal. And like, he had his mind on it too much,
Mm-hmm.
and so he could have his mind on other things and like I guess start to not be in the grief all the time, which was
Mm-hmm.
good. But I that's different than not dealing with it.
Mm-hmm. I just think it's a balance, cause like
Yeah.
I know, if I wasn't working, then I would obviously like probably feel how he felt, and
Yeah.
that way like just like always being in that kind of rut.
Like sometimes you don't have anything to do, and that's why you don't have anything to do, so you just feel sad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't like even like me this summer when I'm mostly jobless, but when I'm like not doing stuff for my grandma and I'm not doing whatever, I just like don't have anything to do, and I'm just there and I'm like, well, I guess we just watching more YouTube. You know? And I can see how if you're dealing with grief like that like nothing time is not good for your mind to just wander to dark places.
Yeah. Next lyric. Oh, also I want to touch on, I tried to change it with my hair.
Yeah.
Also relatable. Like I feel like I don't want to say mostly women, but like a lot of my friends, when we go through some like traumatic event,
You cut your own things.
Our hair our hair changes either by cutting it yourself or dyeing it yourself.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to grow out my hair because I watched that 70s show like last summer, and Jackie said something like, people pay to have my hair color, and I don't know why I thought it was so iconic, so I'm just trying to grow out my natural hair.
I feel that people, you always tell me my hair looks nice, so people here that pay to have my hair color.
Okay, shit. No. I think that works with everybody.
But like I remember at college, I was going through the line at the on-campus Panda Express, and one of the ladies working there was like, "Oh my god, I love your hair," and I was like, "Thank you."
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, people usually only say that when they think you've like got your hair done.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, does she think this is fake? Because a lot of people have thought this was fake.
Really?
Yeah, in speech class in 8th grade, you after your speech, you had questions to make sure like if you really knew what you're talking about, if you could answer some questions. And she's like, "Okay, class, anyone have questions for Jacob about his speech?" And some girl was like, "Is that your natural hair color?"
Wait, were we in that same class?
We might have been. I don't know.
Wait! Cause that's so... Wait, oh my god.
Remember, because we had the one,
like,
and then
dug
she
up...
quit like halfway through the semester.
Yeah.
And then the new one came in, and everyone's like, she looks like Taylor Swift, and she was really sweet and had a really bad gluten allergy. The new teacher.
Were we in the same
We
class?
might have been in the same class.
Wait, was I in a group for some sort of presentation? I only know
We did
this
group
motherfucker...
presentations a lot. Do you remember? I think he was in there. Do you remember when she during the semester, she like taught for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then I guess she was looking for a new job, or she had already quit or something, so she just showed us Duck Dynasty.
I don't remember that.
She showed us a bunch of Duck Dynasty, but yeah, he was in that class, and so was Nick and Brian, I think. No, they
I
weren't.
remember that.
They were because we had the
They
same
were
health class.
In health!
We had that class together.
Oh my god, and we didn't even like talk. Like, I think we just like were acquaintances.
Yeah, because we had gym together that year, and we were friends there, but I bet I probably just had better friends than you in that class, no shade. Because I think you
Me
were still
too.
with,
Yeah.
yeah, and I was with, my friend Emma at the time.
You're friends with Emma?
Yeah. Me and her were great friends, like, 8th grade and 9th grade.
Emma.
Yeah.
That's so weird, I don't see you two talking.
Isn't that, yeah, it's crazy. Wow. Times fly, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Back to Solange's depression.
Oh, yeah.
I tried to keep... It says I tried to keep myself busy, but I read I tried to keep myself bussy.
I ran around in circles. Think I made myself dizzy. I slept it away. I sexed it away. I read it away. Away.
Away, 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 away.
That's how she says it.
Yeah.
I like it. I love her.
I mean...
It's pretty much what we talked about.
Yeah, like, that's why I said I don't know if we have to do the whole lyrics, because, like, a lot of it's the same sort of things.
Yeah.
She's trying to avoid
herself
her
busy.
sad thoughts and, like, keep herself busy, not deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess she's trying to avoid dealing with it because sometimes it's harder to deal with it than it is to stay in it.
And it's also like,
I'm not a therapist.
what's like that one word where you... What's hedonism? I think it's
hedonism?
Where you try to just like have fun.
Yeah, that's like indulging in life's pleasures.
Maybe they're like...
But usually hedonism isn't associated with depression, I don't think. I mean, I guess it could be. But I don't know.
Yeah. I don't have enough freedom to do that.
Good word though. Good word, Jayme.
Okay.
I'll put in the audience cheering.
That's fucked up. I feel like I don't know what's wrong with me, but I just like I don't know if I just can be dumb sometimes.
Oh, me too. So sometimes I learn a big word and I'm using it and I'm like using it wrong.
I don't like to use a big word unless that sounds so weird. Unless I know like what it means, even though I just like.
Well, it's because sometimes I think I know what it means.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm wrong because I haven't looked it up in a dictionary in a while. One of my favorite words that I used to use in Hangman a lot was Brobdingnagian. It just meant big.
You're one of those little shits.
I just liked how it sounded.
Okay.
Like Brobdingnagian, like ooh.
Brog daddy. That's what I hear now.
Frog daddy?
Ew. Okay.
Oh.
Well, it's like cranes in the sky. Sky. Sometimes I don't want to feel those metal clouds.
Metal?
Yeah, it's like cranes in the sky. Sometimes I don't want to feel those metal clouds. So when I first heard this song, and I thought it was like the actual bird, like cranes.
I thought it
in
was
the sky.
paper cranes.
Yeah, like those birds.
Wait, metal clouds like cranes, like the machines.
Yeah, I learned that that's what she was talking about.
Why? What does that mean?
Let's look at it.
Let's click on it and not think about it for ourselves.
Well, maybe like in her environment, like sometimes you see people working on shit.
Yeah, she said the feelings of rejection and depression are looming over her like cranes in the sky. That's what we would not have got there. We would have been like, it's society and construction and the cranes are in the sky because the buildings keep getting tall.
Yeah,
things don't slow down.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to feel those metal clouds.
Right?
I mean, she says a bit of different stuff, but it's like the same themes of just trying to keep your mind off of it, doing things, thinking it'll make it feel better, and it doesn't.
I tried to run it away, thought then my head be feeling clearer. I traveled 70 states, thought moving round make me feel better.
Well, there's not 70 states. So do you think she means 70 mental states? Is there even?
No, I just think maybe like in different countries and different like states.
I guess.
But like, do they even call them states
I think
other countries?
in some places, like I think the only thing I can think of is the United Arab Emirates. I think they have states, and I know other places have states. I can't. I'm positive that there are some, but I don't remember because I know I've definitely heard that there are states in other countries, but they're ones that they're not. I don't want to say they're not ones you would think, because if you know anything about geology, maybe you would. But I'm gonna go to countries with states.
Isn't geology like
geography?
Oh, I said geology.
I might have said geology.
Is that like not what we're talking about?
Yeah, Brazil. I thought. Yeah, Brazil has states.
Okay, so that's what I was thinking. You know, she's on tour and stuff.
Yeah.
Or just traveling in general.
I hope that's right. I just read it real quick. I tried to let go my lover. Thought if I was alone, then maybe I could recover. To write it away or to cry it away. Don't you cry, baby, away.
Oh, away, 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 and then it just repeats.
Yeah.
Repeats.
So, she tried to be on her own. At the start, it says she was dealing with her divorce, though. So
maybe that
she has a new lover already, or did she separate from him? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay.
I try not to like look into like
people's personal lives.
Yeah, or like celebrities, just because like I don't know. It's just weird because I don't know them personally. I know Solange personally though.
Yeah, it can. Sometimes it helps to see where they're coming from with their music. Like Lorde, like she only writes music when she feels like she's experienced enough to write music, sort of thing.
Oh, okay. That leads to the question. Like, I think I forgot where I heard it from, but can you write a love song if you've never been in love, or can you write like a sad song if you've never
been sad?
No, not sad, but like in a like some sort of traumatic event.
I mean, you can. It's easier to tell if it's not genuine. 'Cause like even if you've never been in love, you know like what the feelings are. If you've never, like us, we've never been in romantic relationships, but I think I could write a love song that coming from someone else could sound genuine. Like it's like ghostwriters. Like Taylor Swift writes her own stuff, but because I was gonna use an example, not just because I want to bring up Taylor Swift, but I don't know who else writes love songs. Adele probably writes. But there are people that write songs for other people, and they can write them about your experience without being in them, and then like you can give them feedback. And like, I could definitely probably write a good enough, like generic enough love song that it sounds fine coming from anyone. But it's just like maybe you can't perform it as genuinely.
Yeah.
Like, and like, can you write a sad song if you've never been in? Like, yeah, but it's not maybe not your place to talk about that sort of stuff, you know. I think you can still write it, but like, do you mean should you write it, or
no? Like,
are you able to?
Like, yeah.
I think.
Like, do you think?
I think it might not be as believable, but if you have experience writing songs, and just Googling sad stuff, like, because we've all read books. We all know what sad people sound like in books. If you've never been sad, we all seen love in movies and stuff. I think you could write about it. So you thinking about writing a love song?
No, just because like I don't know. I saw that question. So I feel like it's like from that Vogue 72 questions. 52.
Oh yeah.
Questions. I think they asked somebody. It was either I don't know. I don't remember. I saw so many of those videos. I don't like looking at personal life, but I like watching those because they're like I don't know. I feel like they're acting in those for sure. Yes, I
not usually I don't usually look at people's personal lives because a lot of the times I don't like care that much. Even if I like a person a lot, but like if I like them a lot, I'll go into it. Like I've read Regina Spektor's biography on Wikipedia. She had a book, I'd buy it, sort of thing. Because, like, I like her. I like what she says. I like to see, like, her background. Like, that's how I knew that she was Jewish, and she used to live in Russia before her parents fled because they were really, like, coming down on Jewish people. And she taught herself how to play piano by practicing the finger movements without a piano because they grew up poor. Wild stuff. I know. But look at her now. And, like, I like to know, like, with Sia, like, with people you like, it's nice to know that they do good things. Like Sia was, I can't remember when, I think it was maybe last winter, she like rented out a bunch of rooms in a bunch of hotels for homeless people to go stay in when it was like that polar vortex in wherever, and she like tweeted at Pizza Hut and like other places like, hey, can you send pizzas to these homeless shelters? And they were like, sure. And she, I see it one time was tweeted like, how much money do you guys make? I want to know what the lowest price I can make my tickets is.
That's so sweet.
Right? So like, it's nice to know when people you like are worth liking, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like how when it's the same thing. Like, you don't like to read about people's personal lives, but like, remember when it came out that Melanie Martinez raped someone? And I was a big fan of her for so long, and now it's like, it's not really right to be a fan of her. Like how Chris Brown beat Rihanna, and so like,
oh yeah,
now we don't listen to his music. Only when he's on a song with Nicki, and even still we're like,
no, I don't.
Not even Only?
Yeah. He didn't sing in Only.
He's featured, isn't he? Isn't he the chorus? Am I wrong?
I thought that was Drake. But
Drake has a verse.
Triple Butter.
Yeah. I'll look up. I'm pretty sure Chris Brown is in Only.
Oh my, are you serious?
Yeah, featuring Drake, Lil Wayne, and Chris Brown. He sings the chorus.
I honestly had no idea.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's only one.
Yeah, I would never listen to a song with just him.
Mm-hmm,
Like, I'm pretty sure Birthday Cake, because Birthday Cake used to have Chris Brown on it, and that's why when you buy it or stream it now, it's like 30 seconds. I think I brought it up because we did an episode on it.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
I really wish she would release a new, longer version, feature someone else.
I know.
Because it's such a banger.
Oh, and like, okay. Remember a while ago where Jaden Smith was like in a skirt?
Yeah.
And like, I was in school in an art class, and we were talking about Jaden Smith. I can't remember what happened, but I was like telling everybody, I'm always biased. I love Will Smith, so I'm gonna love his children. And so I was telling everybody like, oh, I love him, blah, blah, blah. And then this like dude goes like, oh no, I can't fuck with him because he wore a skirt. But like, he's doing things like, I don't know if you saw recently where he opened up a vegan food truck to feed homeless, and he's providing clean water to like people that live in Flint, Michigan.
Yeah.
And like, it's such bullshit that like people are so ignorant to that. Like, first of all, like, if he's wearing a skirt, like, why do you fucking care?
Right?
And why does that make you instantly not like him?
To be fair, not to be fair, but whoever doesn't like him because he doesn't wear a skirt is also someone who doesn't care that Flint, Michigan doesn't have clean water and doesn't care that homeless people might be vegan.
You're right.
But like, yeah, like, that's why, like with Nicki Minaj, when she and Meek Mill broke up and she was like tweeting like diamond ring and baby emojis, and we were all like, what? Like, that, like, knowing that sort of stuff helps me know like where she's coming from with her music. And like with Solange, you said you don't read like whether she broke up with her or divorced her husband or the other way around. I guess it doesn't really matter because she could feel grief either way.
Yeah.
Because it could either be before she's like dreading her marriage and being in it, or after she's having a hard time like dealing with the fact that she's divorced, because like that can be hard. Probably, I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But another interesting thing she said was to write it away or cry it away, don't you cry baby. It seems like she's just trying not to deal with her emotions, right? Not like that's the whole song. She's running away from it. Which is, it's kind of weird that the song it's in media res and it stays there. It doesn't have a beginning, middle, end. Like, it's not like I got sad, I stayed this way for a while, and then I eventually got better. It's like, no, like, I've been sad, I am sad, it's still going, sort of thing. It's interesting.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
But I also like you said, like, you like to know the background of an artist. You do like to see where they're coming from, and to kind of like see an insight on the song. But I also like listening to music for like my own interpretation of it, I guess. And like,
that's the podcast, baby.
Right. But it could be good.
Yeah, I think maybe we should maybe we should do different types of episodes, because there's ones like we used to do where we pick a song so we can talk about a topic, which is, I would say it's kind of like what we did today, except we didn't talk about anything related to the song. And maybe sometimes we should bring up songs that perplex us and intrigue us to talk about the lyrics and what we think they might mean. Because like, I brought up that one Frozen People song, but all of their songs are kind of like that. That one Regina Spektor song, but all of her songs are kind of like that. You can listen to a Lorde song and probably it has a more straightforward meaning, but I'm sure we could each take our own meaning from it. I guess that's the music I gravitate more toward. And like Tour Cinema Club that I love, their newer music, it's like, where's it coming from? I don't know if you've heard this band Half Alive. You probably wouldn't like them, but their music's like, what?
What?
So, yeah. And I'm sure you have songs like that. Like, I know Pink Floyd's kind of weird, probably says weird stuff with the song. I tried to listen, because you said The Wall.
I love The Wall.
It's
so
like an
much.
hour long?
It's an album.
I thought it was a song.
No, okay, there's like 3 parts to the actual... No, okay. The Wall is an album, but it tells a story about... I forgot the person's name, but it's a singer and how he like goes through birth, like getting birth. How do you say that?
Birth?
Yeah,
he goes from birth to death.
Yeah,
from the
much
womb to the tomb.
Birth, and then like traumatic events in like his school life, and then growing up to be a singer / rock star, and then like kind of being this like disingenuine person, and then all the way to death. And
wow.
Oh my god, I love that album so much. It's like, oh my god, I don't want to say we can do a whole podcast about it, because I can go on
then I
and
have to
on.
listen to the whole thing.
That and I think now people don't really like that. Like,
people don't listen to our podcast anyway. But yeah, I can see like us going into an album that's 30 years old.
Plus 30.
Yeah, even the few fans we do have might not care. And no way we can stay on topic for that long. We couldn't even talk about the first half of the podcast in the first half of the podcast.
True.
But did you hear, I was listening to a podcast and they said like The Wall syncs up perfectly with The Wizard of Oz. Have you heard about that?
No. I'm gonna be honest.
You've never seen The Wizard of Oz?
I've only seen snippets of it from when we watched it in class.
Yeah. If you want to like look up The Wizard of Oz, The Wall, there are videos of it on YouTube, the whole movie with the wall over it. But people were saying like it syncs up better if you were a little high, which is probably true.
Yeah.
But also you'd probably like it more because you know the wall going into it.
Mhm. Well, I mean,
don't know. Might be interesting.
I'm trying to think of what I do remember.
Of The Wizard of Oz?
Yeah, but I
no,
don't
like their
remember
mouths
very
sync
much.
up perfectly, not like the birth to death.
Wait, what do you mean? Like the actual music?
Yeah, syncs up perfectly to like
What they're saying?
I guess at some point someone's mouth is moving when they start singing.
Oh my god.
You can look
so
it up.
weird.
It's weird. They were like, if you start The Wall at like the third time the lion roars.
I don't like that. That's so weird.
It is kind of creepy. But I think we've been casting long enough.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've talked enough nonsense for one day. What do you want to rate the song?
Oh my god, this is one of my favorite songs of all time. I was trying to think of a Solange song. I'm going off topic again. That we can do, and I do like her new album. But like I said, this is like,
this not her new album?
No, this is like her second to newest one.
Oh.
She has other new...
When did it come out? Because I thought I remembered it coming out in high school.
This one, the one we're talking about, I think it's A Seat at the Table. Yeah,
the one with the things in her hair.
Yeah, that one came out in like 2016, and then her new one just came out this year.
Okay, well that makes because I thought that was the new one because I remember our art teacher was like, "Oh, have you heard her new album? It's great." And
it was probably this 2016.
Yeah, it was
one.
It was this one because I remember the album art.
Mm-hmm.
But if the other one's like super new, then that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh my god. I think I'm gonna give this song like honestly an 8.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Maybe 8.5.
Wow, a whole point higher than we give all of our songs.
Right.
I'm glad you like it.
You don't like it?
It's not really my type of music.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it better this time because we were gonna do this song forever ago for the podcast,
Mm-hmm.
like a month ago. I think instead we did not do a podcast because Jayme had to go home. But I really didn't like it back then.
Mm-hmm.
I might have given it like a 3.
Whoa.
I think now it's a good 4.5.
It's so good. Oh my god.
It's a lot prettier the second time I listened to it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not. It's one of those songs that I feel like I'd skip if it came on shuffle.
Really?
Yeah, and I have songs like that from especially Sia's old albums because like the quality's not as good,
Mm-hmm.
and I still like what she's saying, and it still sounds like. I guess I don't really love peaceful music. I like it to feel, and like I said, this one's like, it doesn't go anywhere. She's just sad the whole time. Maybe I look for music that has more of a plot. It sounds dumb, but.
A whole story. I
listen to music for the plot. But I don't know. It's just because it's more R&B, right? Maybe I don't
know.
It sounded more R&B from what I know of R&B.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I don't like that as much. It definitely sounds like the type of music that our art teacher would like. But
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's not really my deal.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think it's pretty. It's a pretty song, and I wouldn't tell you turn that shit off, but I'm not gonna learn the words. But Miss Solange, you're doing great work.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I want to go to her concert.
Oh.
If she comes by. But I don't know yet if she's coming by. But
I already bought 2 concert tickets this year. One's for August and one's for November. And those Half Alive people I mentioned earlier, they're coming to, I think, to some point in November, but I don't have the money.
I think you told me, or you probably told me what concerts you're going to, but can you remind me again?
I'm going to see Carly Rae Jepsen in August and Tudor Cinema Club in November.
Nice.
And if I get enough money before the Half Alive tickets set out, I think they're also in November.
I'm going to a concert on Tuesday.
Really?
Yeah.
Who?
Queen.
I thought they were dead. Nikki?
Oh my god, I saw somewhere where Nikki thought she was trending, but it was actually the band Queen. Oh my gosh. Well, one of the members did pass away.
Freddie?
Yeah, and then
the rest of them are all alive?
Yeah, but another member just
doesn't do the band.
Yeah, and is nothing associated with Queen. And usually I'm always I don't want to see a band unless it's the full band. But I don't know.
Do they have CGI Freddie?
I know.
Hologram Freddie?
They just show photos, I think. I don't know.
But wasn't he the singer? Who's singing then?
Adam Lambert.
Oh.
He's a new he's not replacing him. They're just more
I think I like a couple of his songs, Adam Lambert.
I've never heard him.
He's a gay.
I know that, but
so I have to like his music. It's the law.
I'm trying to think of one. Never mind.
A gay music artist?
Yeah.
Micah.
Really?
I showed you his songs, yeah. I thought you might like them because they're very 70s inspired, and I know you like old music, but maybe it's not the same thing you like. I don't know. I don't know if you liked Micah's music when I showed you. I didn't think so. I think there are a few that you might like. The ones that I played, I was like, I think Jayme will like this. When I was playing, I was like, actually.
Actually not.
Yeah. I think he's the only, well, Troye Sivan, but other than that, I think they're the only gay man artists I have. Like, Sia's queer. I think Lorde might be bi. Marina too. I'm not sure. I don't want to out celebrities or falsely accuse them of being homosexual in any way. But I'm pretty sure I know Sia's queer. I'm not sure about Marina and Lorde. I think Lorde might not be. I don't know.
So I only know 2 songs from her new album, which is Liability and Greenlight. But I listened to the I know the second half is Loveless. What's the first
Hard
part?
Feelings and Loveless?
Oh my god.
This is what they call hard feelings.
Okay, so when I first listened to that song, the first couple of times, Hard Feelings was my shit, but then when it would turn to Loveless, I would automatically skip it.
Yeah.
But now I enjoy it, both of them. It's so good.
The
Such
next
a great
album
song.
we should do Melodrama.
Do you want to?
It's so I mean, maybe not so we can do the individual songs. I mean, that didn't stop us with Queen, but I mean, I've seen Lorde in concert and she did the whole album, and
oh my god, I
think
love that.
Maybe she didn't do the whole album, but she did a bunch of songs, and then she did some of them from Pure Heroine, she had to do.
Did you hear Loveless and
yes,
Hard Feelings?
And then she did a cover of a Frank Ocean song.
Which
and the
one?
song I don't know him well enough.
You listen to Jacob? I thought you said you listened to a queer artist.
I might like him. I'm not sure. He might be that kind of new age-ish rap that I'm not into, but I don't know. I haven't listened to enough of him.
I don't talk about him, but I really do enjoy his music.
I thought you did.
Yeah.
I should listen to him more.
I can recommend you songs.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure if I heard the song, I could tell you. And she also did a song that she had unreleased. And I love it. I know all the words. I want to... I might illegally download someone's concert recording of it. I have my own concert recording of it, but I missed the first part because I didn't know that it was coming on. And someone else got the whole thing, and it's so good. But we'll save Lorde talk for another day. I was just trying to think of queer artists. I probably have some others. I think I just want to say artists that I have because I think they are, but I have no proof other than maybe music. Miley Cyrus is bi or something, I think. I don't listen. I haven't listened to her new album more than once, but I don't think I'm gonna buy it. And it might only be because she said, "I'm sorry, Nikki, but I listened to Cardi," that I don't want to give it a second chance. But it really weighs heavy on my soul.
Yeah. I liked one song from the album. The rest of the songs I didn't
You
really
liked
like.
Dream?
Mm-hmm. I think also because I'm biased because of Cream from Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah.
Also a great song.
Yeah, I don't think I have any other gay artists. I know at one point I had some BuzzFeed or internet article pulled up of gay artists so I could listen to more of them because there aren't that many in me. Oh, have you heard? What's her name? Oh, I'm gonna feel so bad. Hold up, I'm gonna check real quick.
How does she look like? Or...
She's a trans woman. She's blonde.
Oh fuck, I don't know.
She's Kim Petras. That's her name.
I don't know who that
is. She's more poppy. So I don't know if you'd like her. But she's another queer, gay, LGBT artist.
Do you listen to Brockhampton?
I thought that was the musical with the kid with the broken arm.
What is that? No. Brockhampton is it's like kind of a rap group. It's like a boy band.
I know you like them. I always thought it was the musical.
One of the singers is gay, and he's like super open about it. Like in some of the songs, he talks about sucking dick.
Nice. I think I have. I definitely remember seeing a black artist rap about sucking dick in some compilation of queer artists, so it might have been him.
So I can recommend you some songs of them as well, where he spit in some great verses. About Roadhead.
About Roadhead. I just want to listen to more diverse music because, like, I feel like, I don't listen to enough male artists. It was like, who cares about the male perspective? But I just don't have a lot. I guess the bands I listen to are the only woman band is Florence and the Machine, and I did notice that as well. I don't listen to a lot of like female bands, mostly like single female artists, and then like I feel
kind
like
of boy groups. But like
I feel like there aren't as many female bands in the spotlight, or maybe even in general. I feel like a lot of I don't know why it is, but a lot of women do it on their own.
Yeah, like Solange, like Ariana Grande. Oh, I fuck with them so much.
Just listing singers. Well, anyways, we were supposed to end the podcast 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for listening. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at Put It On Shuffle. And bye.
Bye.